I.S.U.P.K.
It was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot call to be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top dog. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on a life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you. I had no life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me. But that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with
Shalom, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua Barakatah to all my brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar Latham Bahashem Yahushua to all my sisters. Now this is the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? We the only truth out here. We the one body of Christ. If you ain't in here, you ain't got the truth. What I really want to do is get into this thing that's really driving the world crazy. People out here talking about some DNA this, DNA that. My DNA tell me that I'm 57% African, 58% European. You know what I'm saying? That is a bunch of bull. You know what I'm saying? DNA testing is not accurate, not legit, not real. And it's a bunch of BS that the white man uses to bring in that money. You know what I'm saying? White man has his devices to bring in money for the economy. You know what I'm saying? That's all he chasing. That's all he after. Whatever he can do to get that money, that's what he gonna do. He gonna tell you niggas that y'all from Africa and that y'all African. He gonna do it.
Oh my God. It says that you share maternal genetic ancestry with people from the Mendi tribe.
And he gonna charge you for it. Since Negroes has been so destroyed, beat down, culture stripped, language stripped, they looking for something to cling on to.
Oh my God.
So they go out here and be a Muslim. They go out here and be the last samurai. They go out here and be this and be that, be a Rastafarian. So then when they get that DNA test, now they want to be they want to be Kemetic. You know what I'm saying? When that's not even your culture. That's not where you come from. That's not you. You ain't never been no African. Just because you can't, just because the white man got you from Africa don't mean you African. The Africans sold you. You know, in this book right here called Babylon of Timbuktu, it'll tell you that you fled from Jerusalem in 70 AD. It'll tell you that. This is a history book. Right here, Babylon of Timbuktu. You need to go ahead and purchase that from your nearest Barnes and Noble. Do your research, because if you did, you would know that Hamitic people, African people, are not Negroes, and that Negroes did not descend from the same progenitor that Africans descended from. You know what I'm saying? That's history, man. But since the white man is so slick and so sly, you can't get around the sweet words that he speak to you in your ear. You get beguiled by his words, and he trick you into getting that DNA test and then tell you you're African. He get that little money out of you. He don't care what he tell you. I know on my the little app on Facebook where it tell you your DNA from photo. From the photo, you ever seen that on Facebook? You ever seen that little DNA test from a photo on Facebook?
Yeah, I heard it.
I did the damn thing on the Facebook, and they told me I was Swedish, European, Native Indian, all of that, African. Then I did it again, it was something different. Then I did it again, it was something different. Like that, the DNA test is not accurate.
You have the largest database. It's still small on the scope of things.
As I said, I share those concerns.
About yourself.
Our DNA.
And that's the rub. This business of genetic genealogy is fraught with limitations. For one thing, it can only provide information about a tiny fraction of our ancestry.
Accurate. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I really want to bring out. You know what I'm saying?
How they take your DNA?
They took my DNA, certain facial features.
Oh.
And so they try to take facial features and determine what race that I am. But I'm gonna go ahead and have you read these this article real quick on DNA.
But more than a dozen scientists from various backgrounds say such recreational genetics or vanity tests have significant scientific limitations.
So really what this is saying is all of these scientists agree that DNA testing have certain limitations. You can't really, pretty much it's saying you can't really get specific, get down to 100% of what your real DNA is. Go ahead.
Because we get half our DNA from our mothers and half from our fathers, almost all of our DNA gets shuffled and remixed every generation, making it impossible to trace what comes from whom.
And rely on misconceptions about race and genetics.
So they rely on things that's not really real. That's not really 100%. DNA testing in the gist is not 100%. Go ahead.
If a test taker is just interested in finding out where there are some people in the world that share the same DNA as them, then these tests can certainly tell them that.
So really what this is saying is pretty much DNA testing is taking your DNA and finding certain traits that a certain racial group had. But if you know anything about science, you know that DNA testing is BS, because first off, traits and DNA are mixed and mashed together. Anybody can have a certain trait, but that certain traits doesn't necessarily make you a certain race. You don't have a race trait that tells you exactly what race you are. You don't have that trait in your DNA. What makes you a certain race is certain different traits and DNAs mixed together to make that certain individual. This brother has different DNA trait makeup than I do, but he's still a Judite. He's light-skinned, I'm dark-skinned, but we still from the same tribe. We still in the same race. But certain traits, like his light skin, is matching a trait that another race will have. You know what I'm saying? That does not make him a white man or some other race. He is still a Judite. He is still a nigga at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
If test takers is just interested in finding out where there are some people in the world that share the same DNA as them.
So pretty much, if you want to find out in a world where somebody have the same funny looking nose that you got, that's what the DNA test is for. It's not legit. Just because he got the same kind of nose don't mean that's what race you are and that's where you come from. You know what I'm saying? They take a limited amount of traits from certain racial groups all around the world and they try to match them up together. If you end up living in America and you got the same shaped nose as an African and you take a DNA test, if you got the same shaped ears as a European all the way in Asia, he gonna say you Asian. You know what I'm saying? DNA testing is not 100%. The most of the DNA that they get is from recent times. Back in the days, they did not do DNA tests.
DNA as them, then these tests can certainly tell them that, said Deborah Monick of the University of Texas in Austin. But they're not going to tell you every place or every group in the world where people share your DNA. Nor will they necessarily be able to tell you.
Go ahead.
To tell you exactly where your ancestors lived or what race or social group they identified with.
Read that one more time.
Nor will they necessarily be able to tell you exactly where your ancestors lived or what race or social group they identified with. But they are not going to tell you every place or every group in the world where people share your DNA. Nor will they necessarily be able to tell you exactly where your ancestors lived or what race or social group they identified with. Bolnick and the other researchers expressed present their analysis in the October 19 issue of the journal Science. A popular trend. More than 460,000 people have purchased genetic ancestry tests in the past 6 years.
So all of them people been duped out of their money. All of them people been duped out of their money just to get a test that tells them that your DNA been taken, or you got the same funny shaped nose as a mud hut Asian or a crusty ass East Indian over there.
But the problem is, Sierra Leone wasn't the only answer Vi got. A company called Relative Genetics found a match to a single person in the Wobi tribe in the Ivory Coast.
Different?
Then a third company, Trace Genetics. Your particular sequence matches sequences reported among multiple Mendanka individuals in Senegal.
What's up with this?
And Family Tree DNA, the company that linked Vi with Marion in the first place, came up with a whole list of matches. This goes on and on.
Naked as hell, holding his arm up for 7 years. Crusty ass, dreads in his head, flies. You know what I'm saying? You spent all that money for 40,000 people to tell you, 45 people spent their money for them to get told that. That if you read essays like or articles like this, you would know that DNA testing is a bunch of BS. In the scriptures, it'll tell you exactly how to know your lineage and your line. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and grab numbers 1 and 18.
Come on.
This is how you know where you come from. This is how you know your people, your heritage, all of that, man. You don't need no DNA test. You don't need the scientists to tell you you got the same funny shaped nose or crusty, thin lips as a damn white man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names.
Hold on, I don't think they caught that. Read that one more time.
From the top, Iowa.
No. House from
Okay,
the parable.
okay.
Yeah.
By the house of their fathers.
This is how you know where you are, what tribe you come from, who your father is, your heritage, your culture, your land, all of that.
There are just 2 bits of DNA that remain pure. The Y chromosome, which passes directly from father to son.
Whatever your father is, that's what you are. If your father was an Asian, Chinese, Japanese, he was from Thailand, he was a European, even though you look like a damn Hispanic, if your father was a European, you are a European. No matter if you look like me, you look like a nigga, or you look like this brother right here, him or me, if your father was a damn African, or if your father was a damn Arab, or if your father was a European, that's what you are. Your house, your culture, your line, and your lineage come from the house of your father. Whatever your father was, whatever his father was, whatever his father's father was. You know what I'm saying? That DNA test ain't gonna tell you nothing. All it's gonna tell you is what people got the same trait of funny, crusty looking nose that you always hated your whole life look like. They got the same nose. Go ahead.
According to the number of the names, from 20 years old and up were by their polls.
Grab Psalms 55 and 21. You go ahead and go on Google, look up these articles on DNA. Being an African is not in your DNA. Being a 5%er, that's not in your DNA. Being a King Tut, King Hut, building mud walls, African Bambata, that's not you, all right? Whatever it's called. You built the pyramids. You didn't live on top of the pyramid. You weren't the pharaoh. You was the slave getting smacked up, whipped up, beat up. You know what I'm saying? You was not no king in Africa. You was a damn slave, just like you are in America.
That's right.
In every society, you have been on the bottom because you refuse to serve the Lord. You refuse to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. This right here in the I.S.U.P.K. is all about bringing you back to your true God, man. The black woman is not a God, all right? You too used to these damn Africans in Egypt telling you how to live. You trying to absorb their culture. They might have worshipped women, but your true culture, Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we never worship women. All right? Go ahead and grab Romans 1 and 25. Oh yeah, go ahead and read that last scripture on that.
Psalms 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
The white man's word, whatever he says is smooth. You love listening to the white man speak. You love listening to all them speech, them inauguration speeches. You love listening to all of these Martin Luther King speeches. You love listening to all of these organizations speak. You, the doctor, every time you go into the doctor's office, he talk and get you into taking some kind of new vaccine that gives you damn brain cancer and brain damage. You let the doctor talk you into getting this new prescription that gives you damn prostate cancer and lung cancer and liver disease. The white man's words are smoother than butter, softer than oil. You love listening to the white man. That's why when the men in the I.S.U.P.K. come out and tell you, stop being a whore, stop selling drugs, stop smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, you not no goddamn African. You did not come from Egypt and Kemet. You were not no damn homosexuals allowing your own seed to go in your mouth. Sinetta, Jabari, and all of them, Kemetic cats. That was not your culture, man. But you listen to the white man tell you that you was kings and queens in Africa. You would listen to that, but you wouldn't listen to the truth. It's crazy. Go ahead, keep reading.
But war was in his heart.
War is in the white man's heart. He's going to war against you and your culture, your true history. You wonder why niggas is so lost and confused out here today. Because you let the white man trick you into believing that you are African. That's the real problem. You listening to the devil while he feeding you poison and killing you. Go ahead.
His words were softer than oil.
Every word you take from the white man, you take and run with it. Go ahead.
Yet were they drawn swords.
Yet everything he tell you is destroying you. He'll tell a woman, oh yeah, you can't afford this baby. So she go into the abortion clinic and murder it. Kill it. Life don't start in the womb until after six weeks. But then he go on the moon and say one pebble of water is life on the moon. And then you're gonna murder your kid. It's ridiculous. Go ahead. That's it on it?
Okay.
Go grab Romans 1:25. I'm go ahead and hop into the next topic real quick. You know what I'm saying? Sick of you Negroes out here.
1-5.
Yep. 1:25.
Oh, 1-25.
Sick of you Negroes out here believing in everything you hear from the white man, but when a black man tells you something, we wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's the definition of self-hate right there. You don't care nothing about what your brother is trying to tell you, but then you'll turn around, stab him in the back, and then go with your enemy, the one that's been poisoning your water your whole entire life, your food supply your whole entire life. He feeding you poison on a daily. I'm just up here trying to give you the right information and push you in the right direction, but you castrate me and murder me. You give me up to the Roman. It's crazy. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
The white man changed the truth of God into a lie by telling you a damn African. That's not in the scriptures. Where he get that from? Go ahead.
And worshiped and served the creature more than the creator.
The white man lied to you and told you that the black woman is God. He gave you Kemet, and Kemet's been telling you the black woman's God. See, really, the black man has been emasculated in America so bad to where he wants to worship a woman, bow down to a woman, and say she God. Really, what he want to do, he wants to lie to that woman and use up that woman and throw her away. Really, that's what all them Kemetic cats really want to do, and them niggas out here in the world really want to do. They worship women to get in their pants. You know what I'm saying? Women, most of the women in the world already know what they say. All he wants is to get in my pants. This, and that. But they still go. How about you stop being a light woman? Make that man own up to responsibility. Make him be a real man before you lay down with him. 10 times out of 10, if he ain't in the I.S.U.P.K, he's not a real man. All right, go ahead.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator.
Like we said, the white man's changed the truth of God into a lie with everything. Everything you know in your life, if you're watching this video right now, everything you know is a lie. If I was you, I would research everything. Christmas, Thanksgiving, history, Columbus Day. Columbus, he came over here. What'd he do? All of that, man. Everything you ever known in your whole entire life is a lie. You go out here, all you ever knew is selling crack, slinging dope, and all of that. Why is that happening in your community? It's because your black leaders have sold you out to the white man. The white man has a perpetual hatred for you, so he puts all kinds of drugs and guns in your neighborhood. He tells you that the black woman is God. Then he tells the woman she can put you on child support, tells her to kick out the man and gives her Section 8. He takes all your paycheck from you to where you can't even afford to live. I know Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men is out here mad and upset. They sick of being oppressed. Why you think it's so many drug users, crackheads, and drunks out here? Because they trying to use that substance to cope oppression. Keep on.
Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Read that one more time from the top.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie and served the who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
It's happening right now. But once you start serving the Lord, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, stop following after all of these wicked leaders. They prophesying, saying they have dreams and dreams. Marvin Luther King, or Malcolm Luther King, or whatever the hell his real name was, Michael Luther King, he's telling you that he had a dream of you holding white girls' hands while he's up in an orgy party duking it up. It's all kind of articles and tapes and videos of him selling out black people. It's ridiculous. He sold you out to the white man, and now look at your community. You have nothing. But right now, the only thing that you really have as a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian is the I.S.U.P.K. You gotta get into the classes every day, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I.S.U.P.K. online classes, Facebook, YouTube. All right. And with that, I want to say Shalom Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Brakatah to all my brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shamar Ladan Bahashem Yahweh Shah to all my sisters. Shalom Israel.
My sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Ask me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I start running